12:15 here in Simonson and Greens and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. You're locked on to the Clean First Song with 99.9. It's time for Midday News, sponsored by Courts St. Vincent Limited. Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Get the funds you need now, just in time for back to school with Courts Ready Cash. Plus, if you apply before October 3rd, you will be entered for a chance to win your loan free. That's right, when you take a loan for school expenses from Courts Ready Cash, you could be the lucky winner of up to $10,000 of your loan amount. Also, when you visit us during the month of August, you may receive free gifts like back to school essentials, gift vouchers, Courts Cash, Radio Shack coupons, and much more. Visit your nearest Courts or Ready Cash location or apply online at readyfinancecaribbean.com. Conditions apply. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Offer ends October 3rd.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, as St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been plunged into a period of tremendous sadness arising from a fatal traffic accident in Sandy Bay, which claimed the lives of 5 persons and left others hospitalized on Sunday afternoon, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves made a statement about the incident on Monday, saying that he will suggest to his permanent secretary to work with the families with respect to any arrangements in which their assistance may be required. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I want first, on behalf of the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to express profound condolences to the immediate family and friends of the persons who have died. This period of mourning will last certainly until these individuals, these sons and daughters of our St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are buried. I shall, during the next couple of days, seek to visit the families of those who have died and those indeed who are hospitalized to visit. We have to, at this juncture, all of us, give support to the families and the friends of those who have suffered, died, and those who are injured, and those who have suffered in one way or another.
The Prime Minister singled out the nurses, doctors, police officers, and those volunteers who assisted and those who had to pull the vehicle out of where it landed in the accident. He revealed a conversation was held with the Commissioner of Police on Monday morning, who said the vehicle is yet to be checked out and that the investigation into the accident is in its early stages. The Commissioner of Police has indicated he has given instructions for a senior member of the traffic branch of the police force to be engaged in leading this investigation. Miss Ariel Oliver, the St. Vincent Brewery Limited, sponsored contestant number 5 in the upcoming Miss SVG pageant, is spearheading a campaign for greater awareness for the hearing and speech impaired. An official release states the SVG Beauty Shows Committee has mandated that all 8 contestants plan and execute a 1-week community project on a selected theme as part of their preparations for the pageant. My focus is on advocacy for the disabled, hearing, and speech impaired. Different but able, silently signing and striving sponsorship for this project is being provided by the General Employee Cooperative Credit Union GECU. Contestant number 5 outlined a number of activities which will commence on September 18th and end on September 24th. They include a fun day at the Stubbs playing field, which includes a cricket game of Legends versus Masters, and entertainment for children. Funds raised will be presented to the Society for Persons with Disabilities on September 23rd, the International Day of Sign Language. Sign language lessons at the Stubbs Primary School, Sinclair Dakin Secondary School, Stubbs Polyclinic, Stubbs Police Station, and the Ministerial Building. Distribution of gifts to the hearing impaired in the Stubbs community, and finally on September 23rd, International Sign Language Day, an exhibition will be held under the Postal Corporation's gallery. Still on the local scene, Sunday, September 11th saw the opening ceremony for the new Layu Pavilion take place, with Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves present. Prime Minister Gonsalves, during his presentation at the ceremony, urged members of the Layu community to be vocal and to reach out to authorities when any abuse of the new sporting facility is taking place. He was at the time making particular mention of a situation where an individual had attempted to take over the facility for his own personal use. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I'm very disappointed that an individual decided that he's going to turn this place into his own personal accommodation. And then even after the repairs, renovations again were done, that the police had to be called in. I just want to urge the people of Layu that anytime you see anybody misusing or abusing these facilities, report them, tell Randy about it, Rando about it. And if they're doing anything criminal, like breaking off locks and pulling down this or that, inform the police, because we have to have proper order in order to maintain these facilities. They are built here for the community purpose, not for an individual. And if an individual decides to act very selfishly, he should not be permitted so to do. And we must be firm on that.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. While remarking that the work on the Layu Pavilion's cost of $400,000, the Prime Minister also addressed calls by the public to have lights installed at the facility. He noted that while he is on board with the idea of having the lights installed, to have them installed would cost approximately US $1 million for the purpose of football games. He indicated that the cost for lighting for cricket games would be even higher. On to news in the region. The 57-year-old man who was the first person to be diagnosed with monkeypox in Guyana has been discharged from the infectious disease hospital in Lillandale, Georgetown. Our first patient is now back at home, and that patient is non infectious and can now resume work, Guyana's Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony revealed during his daily COVID-19 update. He went on to say, "We had his close contacts in quarantine, and they have all now been rechecked, and none of them show any signs or symptoms of monkeypox, so they can resume normal activities as well. Our second patient, we will continue monitoring, and once the time is up, we will release that patient as well." The man's status was first confirmed on August 22nd. Anthony said Guyana's Ministry of Health has received a number of calls from members of the public who suspect they may have been infected with monkeypox. Tests revealed that those people were not infected with the contagious virus. Anguilla says it will continue to frown on cruise tourism even as the British Overseas Territory rebuilds its tourism sector after the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Tourism officials say that the revenue generated from cruise tourism is not worth the environmental impact. While it's a given, it's not even debatable that cruise does have a negative impact on the overall environment, Anguilla's Minister of Tourism, Hayden Hughes, said. You have to weigh what you would benefit out of a cruise and what will be the drawbacks, he said, adding that the British Overseas Territory has decided over decades that cruise tourism is not good for the destination. The tourism minister said that St. Thomas and St. Martin, the Caribbean destinations in which cruise passengers spend the most, the average expenditure is US $172 per passenger. Hughes said that during the COVID-19 pandemic, it was mostly celebrities who were traveling to Anguilla, and that improvements in public infrastructure, including the airport, have made the destination more attractive. On the international scene, dozens of soldiers have been killed in fighting between neighboring countries Armenia and Azerbaijan. Armenia's Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan said 49 of its soldiers died in overnight clashes. The two countries have fought two wars and seen regular smaller clashes over the course of 3 decades. Russia claimed it had brokered a ceasefire for the latest outbreak, but Armenia said only the fighting had calmed rather than ended completely. At the core of the dispute is the region of Nagorno-Karabakh. It is, according to internationally recognized borders, firmly a part of Azerbaijan, but is populated by ethnic Armenians. The cultural divide extends beyond politics into religion too. Armenia is a majority Christian country, while Azerbaijan is mostly Muslim. The dispute has led to full-scale war in the 1980s and 1990s. a 6-week war in 2020, and continuing clashes for decades. And finally, in sports, the 2022 Interministerial Football Competition will continue this week with games today, Wednesday, and Thursday. This afternoon at 4:45, the Ministry of Finance will take on Customs at 5:15. The Department of Culture comes up against the Ministry of Transport, and at 5:45, Inland Revenue faces off with the Ministry of Transport. Wednesday's games will see the Department of Culture against the Ministry of Transport at 4:45, SVG Coast Guard against the Ministry of Finance at 5:15, and the Customs against the Ministry of Education at 5:45. On Thursday, Customs tackles Inland Revenue at 4:45, and the Ministry of Finance will play against the Department of Culture. All games will be played at the Richmond Hill playing field. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Ooh la la, it's time to shop new arrivals only at Quartz. Be the first to get great deals on our brand new selections of living and dining room sets, appliances and electronics, smart devices and much more. Or get ready for Christmas and shop our brand new selection of holiday decorations and accessories. Plus, shop today and pay only $1,199 for a 20-inch Mave stove. Need a new mattress? Get our Sleep On It Queen mattress at only $899. And don't forget to stop by and grab a TCL 32-inch TV for as low as $1,149. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing for 30 days. Shop in-store or online at shopquartz.com. Conditions apply. Ooh la la. These are deals you don't want to miss. Quartz, bringing value home.